Welcome to the chaotic arenas of Hypershot, where one god-tier ability can turn a rookie grind into legendary triumphs or leave you flailing helplessly in a hilarious sea of flops. Picture Infinity Edge slicing through enemies with pinpoint precision, while Tailwind barely lets you dodge a single attack. I'm your ability-hoarding, reroll-obsessed captain who's farmed more arenas than a newbie can imagine, laughed at exploding Peel's misfires, and still chases Volt Orb's ultimate combos like buried treasure. We're ranking every Hypershot ability from S-tier overlords to D-tier driftwood, packed with goofy fails, slick combo tips, and pro advice to dominate both casual matches and competitive arenas. Grab your stats, equip your abilities, and let's chart a course to Hypershot glory, because only the smartest, fastest, and boldest survive the grind. In Hypershot, your abilities define your impact, power scales your damage and utility, while traits amplify effects and equipment enhances synergy. S-tier abilities dominate with speed, AoE, and crowd control. D-tier barely keeps you afloat. Farm shards from arena rewards, events, and gacha positioning, timing, and combo mastery flip fights. Learning the ropes early makes the climb smoother. Newbie or veteran, this tier list is your map. Let's start with D-tier and climb to S-tier supremacy. Alright, let's kick things off with D-tier. These abilities are the training wheels of Hypershot. They can help you get through the first matches, but they flop hard against serious opponents. Players grab them to understand mechanics, but every misstep is punished. Perfect for practice, but don't get attached. You'll want to reroll fast. Now, let's talk about Tailwind. Tailwind gives a quick dash for mobility. Early matches, it lets you dodge stray attacks, but mid to late matches expose its weaknesses. Opponents anticipate the dash, and it does nothing offensively. Great for learning timing and evasive movement, but it's not a carry pick. Next up, Updraft. Updraft lifts you into the air for repositioning. Looks flashy, but leaves you exposed mid-flight. In arena battles, clever enemies punish the slow recovery. Useful for aerial practice and creative escapes, but swap for more impactful abilities quickly. Alright, moving up to C-tier. These abilities start to show their utility, but still have glaring weaknesses that make them situational or underpowered in high-level matches. Players grab them for mid-game practice or experimental plays, learning timing, positioning, and synergy along the way. Every use teaches a lesson, but don't expect these to carry your team solo. Now, let's talk about Regen Splash. Regen Splash restores a small chunk of health over time. During early arena matches, it lets players survive long enough to poke back at opponents or escape tricky situations. In coordinated fights, it provides just enough sustain to buy time for teammates' combos. However, against aggressive opponents or late-game meta abilities, the healing is barely noticeable. Pair with evasive moves and defensive positioning for maximum benefit. Next up, Bombardino Cocodrillo. Bombardino Cocodrillo delivers area damage through explosive placement. In mid-game matches, it clears weak mobs effectively and can interrupt enemy rotations. During arena fights, careful placement can catch unsuspecting opponents off guard, but slow detonation and predictable patterns make it easy to dodge at higher levels. Great for learning zoning and timing, but don't rely on it for late-game dominance. Now let's talk about Boom Truck. Boom Truck packs high damage potential if executed perfectly. In early to mid matches, players can chain it with mobility abilities to finish off scattered enemies. During fast-paced arena fights, misjudged launches often miss entirely, leaving the player vulnerable. Use it to practice combo timing and prediction, and watch enemy positioning closely. Visuals are explosive and dramatic, but reward careful calculation over reckless spamming. Next up, Glider. Glider offers horizontal repositioning for escaping combos or closing distances. In mid-gameplay, it allows creative approaches to opponents or safe retreats. During high-speed arena matches, relying solely on Glider for movement can backfire, as savvy players punish predictable paths. Best paired with offensive abilities for surprise attacks or team support, functional, stylish, and a nice learning tool, but limited as a primary damage option. Moving up to B-tier. These abilities are reliable and versatile, capable of contributing consistently to fights. They handle mid-game objectives, allowing players to farm, clear mobs, and engage in coordinated plays. Timing, positioning, and synergy elevate them, but they're not top-tier meta. Now, let's talk about Dance Bomb. Dance Bomb creates controllable explosions that can disrupt enemies and clear zones. During arena fights, players can chain multiple explosions to trap or chunk enemy health. However, spacing is crucial. Misplacement often wastes the ability, excellent for learning environmental control and combo setups, but requires practice to master. Next up, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt unleashes mid-range, fast attacks. In mid-game PvP, it applies constant pressure, poking enemies while keeping you mobile. Against tankier foes, damage is moderate, so pairing with mobility or combo abilities maximizes output. Timing and prediction make this ability feel rewarding once mastered. Now let's talk about Blast Grenade. Blast Grenade explodes on impact, affecting a small area. It's perfect for interrupting enemy combos or finishing weakened opponents. During arena play, positioning is key. Misfires leave you exposed. Great for mid-game strategy and learning spacing, but not reliable in high-level solo play. Next up, Exploding Peels. Exploding Peels is unpredictable, giving chaotic damage and surprise hits, effective against clusters of weak enemies, but inconsistent against alert or mobile opponents. Ideal for experimentation or fun plays, but requires strategic thinking for serious matches. Now, Throwing Kunai. Throwing Kunai deals precise mid-range damage, perfect for harassing opponents or finishing off low-health targets. In arena fights, it rewards prediction and sharp aim. Alone, damage is limited, but combined with mobility or other attacks, it becomes a powerful tool. Finally, Auto Reload. Auto Reload doesn't damage directly, but improves efficiency of other abilities, allowing smoother combos and faster rotations. In mid-game, it keeps offense consistent and lets players focus on positioning rather than downtime. Subtle but essential for maximizing other B-tier tools. Alright, A-tier abilities are versatile, impactful, and can carry matches solo or in coordinated teams. They're capable of consistent performance in mid to late game arenas, providing strategic advantages while being forgiving enough to learn mastery. Now, let's talk about Rewind. Rewind allows players to reverse movements or undo missteps. In high-pressure matches, it can save from lethal combos or recover lost positioning. Timing is crucial. Mastered correctly, it becomes a clutch lifesaver that turns momentum in your favor. Next up, Grappler. Grappler offers mobility and aggressive combo initiation. Players can swing across arenas, pull enemies into traps, or escape danger. Properly timed, it controls spacing and sets up devastating follow-ups. Pairing it with ranged or high-damage abilities multiplies its impact. Now, Photon Shield. Photon Shield provides a protective barrier, absorbing enemy damage while you reposition or counterattack. In arena fights, it's invaluable for surviving aggressive bursts and supporting offensive plays. Timing the shield with cooldowns ensures maximum utility. Next up, Transcend. Transcend temporarily boosts damage and attack speed. Players use it to dominate mid-late matches. Controlling tempo and chaining combos efficiently requires precision and timing. Misused, it's wasted potential, but mastered, it amplifies all other abilities. Now, Overdrive. Overdrive focuses pure offensive power, increasing damage and speed dramatically. In arenas, players can overwhelm enemies in bursts, forcing defensive reactions or punishing positioning mistakes. Timing and sequencing make it rewarding. Next up, Arcane Fist. Arcane Fist excels in close-range combat. It knocks back enemies while chaining multiple hits. Perfect for controlling space, finishing combos, or pressuring key targets. Requires aggressive positioning, but highly satisfying once mastered. Finally, Shattering Hex. Shattering Hex delivers area disruption and high burst damage. Positioning and prediction are crucial. Landing it properly can swing fights instantly. Best paired with teammates or follow-up abilities to maximize chaos. Finally, S tier. These define the Hypershot meta. Players chase mastery relentlessly because they dominate both PvE challenges and high-level PvP matches. Every arena match with these abilities feels legendary. Now, let's talk about Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge combines precision, speed, and damage like no other players can slice through mobs or opponents effortlessly. Timing, movement, and mastery of combos make it feel unstoppable. Solo or team fights, it dominates. Next up, Inferno Tornado. Inferno Tornado controls arenas with massive AoE. In high-level matches, opponents are forced to reposition constantly or they pay heavily. Paired with follow-up abilities, it punishes mistakes and controls engagements effortlessly. Finally, Volt Orb. Volt Orb blends mobility, speed, and explosive strikes. Perfect for repositioning, catching fleeing opponents, or initiating high-damage combos. Skill and awareness turn this ability into a near-unbeatable tool in skilled hands. Hypershot arenas roar with action as players unleash Infinity Edge's lethal slashes, Inferno Tornado's devastating area control, and Volt Orb's explosive combos. Lower-tier abilities like Tailwind or Updraft still teach rookies the ropes, B-tier abilities add tactical mid-game depth, and S-tier abilities define the meta and dominate every competitive engagement. Shards are farmed, combos perfected, and arenas conquered. Players refine timing, experiment with synergy, and push every mechanic to its limit. Whether you're testing fun builds, mastering precision, or executing a clutch play, Hypershot rewards dedication, creativity, and strategic thinking. Equip wisely, embrace each match, and rise to Roblox legend status. The arenas are waiting, and only the bold will seize glory.